So, Kate, why don't you regale the people with things that you like to do?
With things that I like to do?
Yes. Talk about yourself.
I card game, and I play boring, grindy games. And I used to speedrun, but I don't really anymore. And I can't really do yeah, so apart from like I sometimes draw. I may have just spent like way too much money on card games, well, recently.
Which card games?
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh, is that why your profile picture right now is a picture of the dude from that?
Yeah. I have 2 tournaments booked to go to. One this Saturday, one next Saturday.
Are you good?
And
do you think you're gonna win? Are you gonna come in first place?
I do not think I'm gonna win because these are my first tournaments like ever. I managed to complete my deck like yesterday, and I wasn't gonna go to this one this Saturday, but considering I managed to like get all the cards from my deck, I was like, you know what? I'll contact my local card shop and be like, I'll go to the tournament this week as well and see how it goes.
Okay, well, I believe in you.
Thank you. But I mean, there's one thing with like stuff like local tournaments is that like they're always ran by people who care about what they do.
Nah, well, that's a good thing.
Yeah, so it's like the guy who runs it has always been super friendly to me, and that's what really matters.
This is an amazing daisy. It's gonna run away. I wish I knew that. Oh, no, it didn't run away. But it did a lot of damage.
Oh, God.
Okay. Here. That was my heaviest attack. I just want to point that out. I specifically did a heavy strike, and it did 1 damage.
Yeah. 1.
Okay, I don't think I understand that move.
I think what you were meant to do is like
I think I need to wait.
Them. Yeah.
I didn't really. Well, whatever. It's immune to ice. I know that much, so probably get another shot. I don't know what you're gonna do. I'll just see what my regular attack does, I guess. Yeah, 0. Kill it! You only did 1 damage, and now it runs away. Okay. Whatever. I'll accept that. Also, I should probably... Oh, well. 1 TP? I don't care. I want to look at my medals. I have 3 points that I can use right now. What was the one I really wanted? This one. I wanted this one. And I have 3, so I have enough. Cool. Perfect.
Well, that works.
So now, every time I win, I'll get extra health, and that will be perfect for me. Considering my play style in this game has been, oh, I don't need to use healing items. I have a level up coming in like 4 battles, and then dying miserably. It will be a good idea if I can get health from fighting.
Yeah, I have the same mindset when I played. Either what I do is I think, oh man, I can just level up from, like, progressing, or I think, I'm gonna use every single item I have in one instance, like...
Because, like, the thing is, level up fully heals you.
Yeah.
So, I want to use that.
I mean, one thing I can kind of relate to with that is, in like, Pokemon, I would be like, I don't want to waste my potions because I have to buy them. So instead of healing, I'm just going to wait until I get to a Pokemon Center, but like it's like 10 miles away.
Yeah, or you just walk all the way back and forth and back and forth.
Oh yeah. You like, you'll go up, you'll like kill a few wild Pokemon, like halfway there, you'll walk back, heal, then go back into the wild.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it goes.
Yeah, I fight one trainer, go back to the Pokemon Center.
Anyways, one thing that I believe I'm seeing is that we're gonna need a way for Kabu to break walls, or those giant rock piles, because, like, I'm assuming it's Kabu at least, he's the heavy hitter. Because they are now actually starting to pop up, and I imagine that relates to the typical progression theme of a new obstacle appears. And now you're gonna need to figure out how to deal with it. So, let's go see what's around. Looks like there's a gate and a pool. I'm gonna kill this guy off screen.
And you get your health back.
Yes. It's been 2 battles and I already love that new badge, and I already also really like that Maki's here. She's probably going to leave immediately after this area is done, but I will appreciate her while I have her, and her plastic sword.
Enjoy her carrying you.
I complain about it every single time, but I really fucking hate Leaf's ice thing because of the button, and it's just like, press the button and attack. And it's just, it's really annoying because, like, unlike any other situation, like, unlike, say, like, Paper Mario 1000 Year Door, where, like, all the buttons are different, the Switch controller is basically, you know, all the buttons are just, you need to know which one is which. And, like, without the diamond layout, that's incredibly difficult to remember in such a short a period of time. Yeah. So I constantly mess up the buttons, and I hate it.
Yeah, I can't remember which game it was, but I know there was a Nintendo game I was playing, and it was like, I think it might have been Mario Golf, I'm not 100% sure. It was a game that required me to, like, see a button on screen, and then, like, repeat it. And because I mainly play on PC, sometimes with an Xbox controller, I think that A, B, X, and Y are in, like, the opposite places to they are on the Nintendo controller.
Yeah, that's, like, the worst part, because, like, it's not even just, like, oh, the buttons don't look the same. It's the fact that also PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo all have different button layouts. So
well, Xbox and PlayStation are the same, it's just their buttons, like, look different. So that was not that hard. Like, you know, X is A, I mean, yeah, X is A, and then, like, square is X on Xbox. Like, I kind of get that.
That doesn't sound easy or the same, Kate.
Yeah. No, but my point is that they function the same. Whereas,
they usually do on Nintendo as well. It's just like, because at least for certain, especially for third-party stuff, I know on Shovel Knight the B button is confirmed because it's all the way on the bottom, and that's where X and that's where A is on Xbox. But I'm not really talking about like what they do so much as like just what they are.
Yeah, I mean, okay, I remember which game it is now. It was Mario. It was Mario and Sonic at the Olympics, like Tokyo, and I was trying to play it, and it kept telling me like you have to press A, and I would press B, and it would be like, and I was like, well, this is just infuriating now.
I don't really blame you. What I hate is that Nintendo found the perfect solution as well, because like in the early Switch days, like I think for Breath of the Wild and other things, like they have just the layout of all 4 buttons in a diamond shape, and they just highlight which one they want you to press, and like that's so much easier because you know that there's 4 buttons. There's just 4 of them, and it's like, god damn it, why can't every single game on the planet do this? If you have a controller, it would save every single problem imaginable.
I mean, you can remap buttons on the Switch now, but it doesn't
that still doesn't. That's like. That doesn't solve the actual issue, is the thing.
Yeah.
That's like a band-aid, whereas like the button layout thing would actually fix it.
And yeah, I actually tried using a PlayStation controller like about 2 years ago on the Switch, and it was awful.
You can use a PlayStation controller on the Switch for anything?
There's like a special like USB stick that you can get that I bought.
So
'cause I didn't
not
wanna
like
buy a
as an
Pro
official
controller.
thing, but like they can make it
Yeah.
function. Okay, I get you.
This is like before like the GameCube controller could be used on the Switch as well, and
Couldn't the
I
GameCube
didn't
controller
wanna-
be used from day one?
it was like a system update before Smash came out.
Ah,
But like I remember, I didn't want to. I was cheaping out. I didn't want to buy a Pro controller, so I bought that adapter because I already had a PlayStation 4 controller. But I mean, I don't even have like a controller for my Switch apart from the Joy-Cons anymore.
I can't use the Joy-Cons; they're too small for me.
Yeah, they cramp my hands.
I just use the Pro controller. I got a Pro controller a little bit right after Mario Odyssey, and I haven't stopped using it since.
Oh yeah, when I used to have one, because I've had two Switches, and on my original Switch I had, which I ended up selling because I wasn't using it, I had a Pro controller for that one, but then I rebought the Switch when Animal Crossing came out. I'm sure you remember that.
Vaguely.
And I never brought a Pro controller for that one. I've always used Joy-Cons on it, and they always cramp my hands, and there's no point in me buying a Pro controller for it, because the only games I own on it are Animal Crossing and Smash Bros, and I haven't played them in 6 months. So, like...
Well, who knows? Maybe you'll get to play Mario Party.
I mean, I could probably afford it right now, but it's like, I know that if I get it, it's gonna be one of those things with, like, Mario Golf, where I knew people who said they were buying it, and they would play it, and then when it got around to it, like, I didn't actually, like, no one really wanted to play it, because it's Mario Golf, and the game kinda sucked.
Well, at the very least, I can assure you, I have Mario Party already, and I know Sench was already tweeting like stuff like Mario Party is really amazing, and I love it. So,
Right.
if you got Mario Party, there might be a decent chance that the golf thing doesn't happen again. Would be my thing. But I also definitely understand that idea of like not wanting to get a
$50 game on the off
a heavily
chance,
multiplayer game, basically, when you don't know for sure how much you're gonna play it. Because like
And
a
then the
single player
other thing-
game, you can at least, you know, it's a single player game. You have a better idea of like how likely you are gonna be playing it. But with a multiplayer game, that definitely heavily relies on anyone else around you, which is why you really...
Yeah.
That's why I never really got, like, some of the Sega racing games too much, because it's like... Other than you, no one else I know has any of them.
Sench has all of them as well, funnily enough.
Ah.
I've played them with her and her boyfriend, but another thing with Mario Party is everyone I know, which is you and Sench, because I didn't even know the game was coming out, so I don't know if anyone else who's European has it. I doubt it, because none of them really care about Nintendo. The thing with it is that, like, I don't trust Nintendo's online.
Apparently Mario Party is, like, super really good with online, but I haven't played it online myself yet, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah. Because, Smash Bros. Is normally quite unplayable whenever I try that online with the connection issues. Mario Kart, whenever I tried it, always had connection issues. Like, and it wasn't on my side, my internet's fine, it was like... Someone would join the lobby, and then, like, item boxes would take 2 times longer to open for the next, like, 3 games because someone was joining. And then, Mario Golf had lag issues somehow. I don't know how they did that.
Well, if a game can have an internet problem, Nintendo can figure out how to do it.
Yeah, exactly. And, like, I also don't have Nintendo Switch Online right now. Would have to buy it.
Ah. Don't buy the expansion
No, never,
pack. It's a
never.
complete fucking
Scam.
travesty.
Yeah.
I will usually be one of the main Nintendo defenders that I feel. Like, I feel like there's definitely a lot of vitriol around Nintendo that's, like, a little unreasonable. But that's something that I have absolutely zero defense for. Like, absolutely nothing. I apparently can't
Right.
go this way.
I have an opinion on Nintendo that, like, it's a pitchfork opinion where not many people really like it, but in my opinion, like 90% of Nintendo nowadays is just nostalgia bait, is what it feels like.
Well, I mean, considering Mario Party just came out, and it's literally like Mario, it's you could definitely view it as repackaged N64.
Well, there's no new
GameCube
content
stuff.
in it, from what you've told me.
It is 5 N64 boards and 105 mini games from across the 10 numbered entries.
Yeah, so there's nothing new in it.
Technically, it's the first quote-unquote second Mario Party that you can play online, but that's about it. And the only reason it's second is because they put
in an update.
For Super Mario Party. They tested the waters, basically.
Yeah.
So, yeah, otherwise it's not new content, except for me, because I haven't played any of the N64 Mario Parties, so it's more or less new for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I grew up on the GameCube ones. The only thing I remember from the N64 Mario Parties is there's one dual game in Mario Party. I found out eventually that it was Mario Party 3, but there's one dual game where you're like trying to chase a chicken down, and I remember that this very distinctly, but that's the only thing I remember from Mario Party on the N64. So
I'll never forget that stupid, like, mini game from the original N64 games where you're running around on those giant, like, balls that for some reason everyone seems to like, even though the mini game is just extremely unfun.
Bumper balls, that is in the new one, so...
Oh yeah, it's in every, like, Mario Party nearly. Like, they always bring it back and rename it something else because it's like the mini game that's fun when you're drunk, you know?
I think the only time it came back was, like, it was in Mario Party 1, then it was in Mario Party 2, and then they brought it back for Top 100 and Superstars, but I don't think it was ever in another mainline entry.
There's things similar, though.
They're definitely similar concepts, but definitely also done usually better from what I've heard. I think a lot of people have gone back and forth on whether Bumper Balls is a good game or not. I've never played it, so I wouldn't really know. I don't have an opinion
I
yet.
see it as the most memorable one. Really, that's it.
It's definitely, unarguably an iconic minigame, but that definitely doesn't necessarily mean it's good.
Yeah, that's probably, I'd agree with you. I mean,
just in the same way of Mega Man 2.
I mean, you've seen, I think you watched my streams where I did Mario Party 8, right?
I watched some of them, yeah. You are the dry bones ball.
But, like, honestly, Mario Party, 8, like, I think, like, I know that game is, like, a gimmick mess, but I think that one for, like, creativity is, like, one of my favorites.
I've never played it, because the only Mario Parties I've owned were the ones on the GameCube, 4 through 7, and even then I don't own 6 or 7 now anymore.
Yeah.
It's very... I feel really awful about Mario Party 8 because it keeps getting fucking shafted in these nostalgia bait games. Like, in Mario Party Top 100 and Superstars combined, I think there's only 3 minigames that they brought back from Mario Party 8.
Yeah, there weren't many in the DS version. The reason I know why, though, it's because most of them were, like, shake the Wii remote.
Yes, but they could also just change the controls and arguably make them probably better.
Well,
and
they
also
did
the
in
joy...
Top 100 for some of them. Like, the motion control ones, they changed it where you use the stylus on the bottom screen.
Yeah, so it's like, I feel like they could bring those back, and I feel like the fact that they're not is just really doing a disservice to Mario Party 8.
Yeah, I think in Top 100 there were more Mario Party 9 minigames than 8.
There's more Mario Party 9 and 10 minigames in Superstars as well. Although I feel like...
What?
Superstars has 2 from 8, I think 3 from 10, and 4 from 9, I think.
That's awful.
The thing for me, though, is I feel like it's actually kind of also unfortunate for 9 and 10, because, I've never played 9 or 10, but...
I've played both of them.
From what I've heard, those games in general are bad, but the mini-games themselves were always generally quoted as being at least decent, if not the best part of those games. And I feel like bringing them back in a traditional Mario Party game, where you can actually play the mini-games every turn and, like, get to see them on equal footing, I feel like that would be their chance to finally at least get some time in the spotlight for 9 and 10 to, like, so that they could actually at least get appreciated, arguably the best parts of those games. And
Yeah,
honestly, from what I've seen, the mini games that they brought back from 9 and 10, at the very least the 10 ones, because I haven't seen all of them, and I haven't actually played Superstars yet, as a time of recording this, but, like, they actually do look fun and good, and so it's just, like, it makes me sad that there's not more, because I feel like this would be the one instance where those minigames could actually shine.
Yeah, the issue with me for Mario Party 9, really, is, the UI for, like, minigames, and a lot of the minigames were just reskins from Wii Party.
Well, I've also never played Wii Party.
I haven't fully played Wii Party, but, like, I know some of the minigames are the exact same in both games, and because they're made by the same people.
Yeah, ND-Cube.
Yeah, and I also know
Hudson
that,
Soft Rejects.
Yeah, and I know that, the UI is like identical for the minigame screen in both of those games as well. Like, I don't remember Mario Party 10 whatsoever because it's a game that I bought, played it, and then sold it the exact same day.
Sounds about right for Mario Party 10, based on what I've heard.
I've done that with a lot of Nintendo games. I did it with Mario Maker 2 as well.
I liked Mario Maker 2, but it didn't really grip me.
Yeah, the issue with me for Mario Maker is that every time I've tried, because like everyone like on like Twitch and stuff seems to like marvel about how much of a good game it is, and then I try playing it, and it's like I'm playing like levels made by like infants, where it's just like a few platforms or just a straight line, and that's the level. And
I think Mario Maker
that,
2 is fun for me when I'm playing it with friends, because I get to just mess around and do stupid things, and like for those, like the bad levels are honestly sometimes really fun because then you just get to race through them and like it's really stupid and do stupid things. Yeah. But I don't know. I definitely get why Mario Maker wouldn't necessarily be a big hit.
Yeah.
Especially if you're not into the creation side of things.
Yeah, it's like...
Especially because Mario Maker 1 was much better about the UI for that.
Oh, yeah. Plus, like, when I was a kid when Mario Maker, like, 1 was around. So that... I actually had, like, more of an imagination, whereas, like, now I'm an adult, I don't really have that kind of...
Imagination.
But another thing is that when Mario Maker 2 came out, I didn't have anyone who owned it.
Really? Well, I guess we didn't know each other when it first came out. We met in 2019. I don't think so.
Yeah, we met near the end of 2019, I think. Oh no, we met around Animal Crossing releasing.
Yeah, we met because of Animal Crossing releasing. Yeah, actually, I remember you showed me your giant basement full of like flounder or whatever it is.
It was I had like a basement.
The sunfish. It was the ocean sunfish.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
You just had a basement chock full of them, and that was my first impression of you, Kate.
I think it's a perfect first impression because of how like weird I am.
I remember because we met in Sench's server, and it was during like the height of like everybody trying to go to other islands for turnips.
Yeah, yeah. I think our first interaction was because I went to your island for turnips. Like our first one-on-one interaction, anyway.
Probably.
Because I know that like we'd had interactions before about other things.
Probably, because like you are a mod on the server, so
yeah.
I'm sure there was some sort of interaction going on.
Mm-hmm. I don't really use Discord. I completely
forgot all about that.
Yeah, it's weird.
Waka bub. These people speak my language. Leaf bugs. Oh, we're getting stick bugged. Alright. They're all
speaking of Animal Crossing. Speaking of Animal Crossing, didn't an update come out for it today?
Yesterday, actually.
I have no idea what's actually in the update, apart from 2 of the characters, and I'm going to leave it up to assumptions for why I know they exist.
Same!
Yeah.
Entirely the same. I didn't watch anything about it.
No, me neither. I kind of have an anti for the updates for Animal Crossing because I'm going to be brutally honest. I don't see this as them releasing version 2.0. I see them as this releasing version 1.0 after being in like beta. Because when the game came out, it had like no content in it, and they're finally adding all this stuff after over a year, and it's like I don't really see it as excusable.
I think the weird thing is when they're bringing back stuff that was just flat out in the original on New Leaf.
Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of where it's more awkward for me.
Yeah, I think the worst is that they're only now adding the coffee shop after it being like it was in like the N64 Animal Crossing.
No, it wasn't. That was
it not?
I believe Brewster was added at the very minimum in Wild World on DS.
Oh right, yeah, because I remember because he was in the basement of the you know.
Although I guess I could be wrong because I always thought that Timmy and Tommy came out in Wild World, but apparently they were in the original as well, and I just never met them.
Yeah. And one thing I actually felt was really stupid is Rossetti is just still not in the game. Like, or he's an Easter egg when you use the You're Stuck app in the phone.
I understand that because it's like they gave him a new special role at least, and like the idea of resetting your game is very different now than when it was back in the day.
I just wish they found like a use for him where like you see him more, because even though his like entire point was to be like, you know, that like guy that gets angry at you, I always loved him as a character, like for character design, and also like you would be able to find him like in
Didn't they used to be able to put him in the Roost? Maybe he's gonna be in the Roost now.
Oh yeah, he was in the Roost sometimes, I'm pretty sure. Him or Don could be, if I remember correctly. And then he could appear like in manholes or like stuff like that, like very rarely, and also like you could meet him like in the Wii version, like in the city at a very specific. I forget exactly how you did it, but you know what I'm talking about, right?
I didn't really play City Folk that much. My sister got it for Christmas one time, and I remember playing it a little bit and going, "This is basically just the GameCube version," and she agreed, and then she wound up selling it. So I was like, "Oh, okay." It was her game to sell, so I wasn't like super complaining. But that's my experience with City Folk. We played it for a little bit. It felt very similar to the GameCube version, and then she just sold it.
You know what I think is dumb?
Me falling into the water there.
That's kind of dumb, but
twice in a row.
That was dumb as well. No, I was gonna say different region naming.
Ah, because it's called Let's Go to the City for you guys.
For me,
yeah.
The weirdest game for me is you know Fortune Street, the party game on Wii.
Yes.
That's called Boom Street over here.
What?
Yeah, I'm not kidding. It's called Boom Street.
Why?
Yeah.
That just makes it sound like you're blowing up the street.
Yeah! Boom Street?
I mean, I guess it's kind of similar to, like, the idea of a boom town, but that still doesn't quite work, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
It's a bit like the movie Zootopia over here is called Zootropolis.
Well, Zootopia's stupid, so it can have a stupid name.
Well, the reason it's called Zootropolis is because there's a zoo in Europe called Zootopia. And they had copyright issues. Which I just find kind of funny.
Disney just buys out the entire place just so that they can keep the
Disney
name.
buys a zoo. You know, it wouldn't actually surprise me if they bought a zoo. I mean, Disney bought Fox, so
if they can buy the animal, they can they can buy the animal's house.
Exactly. I've had people say to me that I think it's funny that Disney bought these TV shows that have made fun of them, but they didn't specifically buy the TV show. Like they bought the owners of the TV show.
Oh, things are going on. And the bridge collapsed. But V can fly!
Oh.
Oh.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Should have dodged. Well, okay. Well, good thing I see a spring mushroom in the back there. Oh no, did Maki die? No! Oh, she's over there.
Oh.
How'd you get all the way over there? Oh, Maki's a guy. Oops. I don't remember these things. I met them, like, millions of years ago for me. I started this Let's Play in January.
It's fine. We know that all men are really women.
I mean, just look at me.
Was that lean?